Hi there. It's great to have you back on my CryptoQ Media channel. An spike of more than 3% in the last day suggests it might have just touched it. The fraction of the market that is not completely red. Indeed, the current value of one Bitcoin is $62,126, a decrease of almost 2% over the previous day. Furthermore, it's completely engrossing. A post will be shown to you later in the video, but an analyst that I follow brought something to my attention that I found unusual. I mean, I'm sure there are others like us, but I still found it strange. If the market drops, XRP typically says, "Hold my beer," even though it's entertaining to watch. But interesting things have been happening recently. Instead of the market falling, XRP has been rising pretty frequently. At the moment, it's up over 3%. That it's been over 7 years since my previous visit is unbelievable to me. This is not the usual behavior of XRP. In fact, XRP has been one of the top 100 coins in terms of performance over the last couple of months, demonstrating tremendous strength over the past several months. At the moment, XRP was only available for a short period when I investigated it. I'm sure some of you will recall this. In reality, it was 125 coins at the start of July, the second highest rating, for around 4 weeks. I don't remember precisely when. That is definitely not your typical individual. However, guess what? It appears like the moment has certainly arrived for XRP to find a bottom, as I've been saying for a while. Although it may have fallen to its lowest point in June 2022 relative to the US dollar, it most certainly touched rock bottom on June 7 relative to Bitcoin. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index shows that the majority of people are unconcerned, with a score of 48 out of 100. But I don't understand why so many people are so pessimistic. It totally doesn't care about this. I am not familiar with this expert, yet he has a respectable 42,700 followers. Doing so is challenging. What do you see on your screen right now? The analyst I was following shared. And I thought, hey, guess what? I thought I'd fill you in on this because it makes total sense. As per the data analyzed by chart analyst Decode, Bitcoin has fallen 12.5% from its March local high of 73,000. Think about that for a little while. The 12.5% is irrelevant to this market. Assuming the 7-month peak was 73,000, we would have already lost half of our investment. As an example, consider that the typical Bitcoin bear market retraces 80% of its initial surge and continues for more than a year. The fact that we are only down 12.5% after 7 months should be enough to indicate that the Bitcoin bull market will undergo a long, tiresome, and annoying sideways consolidation. Therefore, I must inquire, isn't that persuasive when you phrase it in that manner? The reason being, it captivates. Solving this slides puzzle. That couldn't be more accurate. I would say it's happening right now. On the other hand, I might be willing to agree to a few things if this were the genuine bear market and all was over. To start with, isn't it odd that Bitcoin was able to briefly surpass its previous all-time high? Secondly, why hasn't it crashed more often? After all this time you have made an astute and absolutely correct point. Consequently, there is no way to know what the future holds. But if I had to guess, I'd say the greatest is still to come. Maybe it may fade a bit by 2025 compared to current year. If Bitcoin's value keeps going up, I wouldn't be surprised. It won't surprise me if there's a spin-off season. What has surprised me is not enterprise discovery or meld faces, but rather the new all-time high of XRP. I won't be the least bit surprised if that happens. This article by chart specialist Tony Severino is also highly recommended. I mean, I'm not implying that anyone should, but honestly, how many signs do you need to see before you realize? I mean, we can always admit that we don't know for sure. Soak up enough knowledge to say, if we look at the most probable outcomes, we can see that it will continue along the same upward trend. Would I be right? This supplementary artwork by Tony Sabrina shows a Bitcoin USD chart on your screen. Though Bitcoin's weekly historical volatility is poised to break out, he asserts that the cryptocurrency's 2-month chart indicates the second lowest volatility level in its history. This level of historically low volatility occurred during the last leg of the 2017 bull run. Low volatility is typically an indication that things are about to go awry, even though I'm not very good with charts. It does, in fact. That occurred in 2017, and we are still in that time zone right now. Okay, so the second part of that sentence is waiting for Bitcoin to reach its most stable position in its nearly 15-year history. Even if you can only find one clue that indicates, yeah, I don't know, your attentiveness is evident. You must be someone who is as fascinated with cryptocurrency as I am if you have made it this far, before the fad takes over. Based on what you've seen, I think this is probably not an isolated incident. It seems like signs are all over the place. Bitcoin and XRP have clear indications for what is going to happen, but we don't know what will happen exactly. What makes you think that Bitcoin, XRP, and other cryptocurrencies will not see substantial growth given the present status of the industry? To me, that is completely ridiculous. The following post by a mustached chart analyst should clear up any confusion regarding Bitcoin, and USD charts. Additionally, he cautions against getting carried away by the ups and downs of the market in the near term. Sometimes it's downright painful. Remember to look at the bigger picture. We have successfully recovered the first line. The second black line shows where Bitcoin could find support right now. Honestly, if you want to understand what's being said, it might be a good idea to look at your screen. You may observe the outcomes of my mouse clicks at several significant levels on the right side. But there is a certain chart formation that he is also showing, a falling expanding wedge. He believes we are currently in a scenario similar to that. According to him, we're about to experience a spectacular ascent to unprecedented levels of success. That is, as far as I can tell, the general agreement among the analysts whose forecasts I trust regarding the probability of particular events. Yes, I think so too. Article title: Bull, Crypto, Bitcoin, Massive, Parabolic Rally Incoming, written by chart expert Mikey. From a technical analysis standpoint, everything that happened between 2016 and 2020 is now probably revealing nothing. It must not be that significant. Everything I've mentioned here is known to you. Regarding Bitcoin, it appears every 4 years at the latest. But suddenly things are different. A crazy alternate season is also out of the question. We do not expect it to dramatically outperform the previous cycle's all-time highs. Things change every 15 years. Is it possible? I categorically refuse to do so. We can enjoy ourselves disputing the causes all we want, but history really does repeat itself. In addition, even if I am unconcerned about owning any Bitcoin, I am happy to report on its increasing value for this reason. Since 2017, I've been playing one of my most significant parts. Having said that, I will confess that I am not very excited about it. Following the market is intriguing for me since I expect more and more capital to be funneled into XRP as the price of Bitcoin climbs, since it is my largest individual cryptocurrency investment and the one in which I am most interested. Reason being, a portion of the proceeds from Bitcoin sales will inevitably end up in fiat currencies like the US dollar. but most of it will seep into the rest of the asset class as it moves down the risk curve. That will definitely lead to XRP's value rising. In a nutshell, I am completely persuaded. This chart, put up by chart analyst Greg Crypto, shows the market capitalization percent of Bitcoin. He asserts that the coming collapse is caused by Bitcoin's dominance. A monthly close of Bitcoin dominance above 58% would pave the way for a surge to 73%, even though the rising wedge pattern implies a potential breakdown that might reinvigorate altcoins. The bare minimum is 39%. Only time will tell when the dominance percentage of this market cycle reaches its peak, therefore I won't even bother trying to guess. Some of the analysts I follow have said that it is currently around its all-time high. What else can I say? I won't ever again say that I know for sure if it's true or not, but I can guarantee that everything else will happen nevertheless. As previously said, when Bitcoin reaches its top, a deluge of wealth flows into rival cryptocurrencies, so it cheers me up to hear that altcoins will continue to succeed, meaning Bitcoin's market domination will decrease regardless of how high its price goes. I can state categorically whether or not that happens. I mean, it's possible the market may do okay unless some unexpected black swan event happens, but I seriously doubt it will happen in this case. Your attention in seeing my web video is greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel and have just subscribed, I appreciate it. Later on, I shall see you.